Hello to you. It's almost 80 degrees here in Santa Monica, and it was over 80 degrees yesterday. Ridiculously seasonably warm weather. Yes, Brad, Marvelous Monday. Flavia, yeah, here we go. So I'm getting ready. Today's Martin Luther King Day. I've got my Black Lives Matter t-shirt on. I don't know that anybody's changing the world by wearing a t-shirt, but if you're not going to wear the t-shirt today, when are you going to wear it? So I got that going. Jen, you fell on your face today. What? Really pulled quads only injury. Wow, that sounds bad. Does anybody else hear grackles? Yeah, those are crows. There's crows outside. No, Rich, today is not the day we give up. Everybody who had picked today as the give up day, no, you're wrong. I'm going to step out to get my notebook, but I can keep talking because it is Motivational Monday, and I have my little notebook which I wrote down my notes in. So no, we're not giving up today. 31 degrees there, Dave. Ooh. News just said it feels like 22. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Scott, greetings. You think they're grackles, but they're crows. But maybe you hear grackles where you are. That's possible also. I'm glad to hear that you're not giving up. Jimmy Paulson, haha, t-shirt. Yeah, well, we do what we can. Jen, you need to strap pillows all over yourself. That is... you need some kind of safety equipment, Jen. I don't know if it's pillows or some kind of harness that you wear or a bungee suit or one of those balls. Sunny in Washington, about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, I'm glad we've got some temperatures from around the United States reporting in. I have to say, oh boy, today was one of those days. I had a very physical day yesterday. I had a bike ride and a swim in the ocean, it was pretty pooped this morning, and I have to say I felt a little bit emotional, as we all do. Julie, you miss Ravens. Happy Monday, Mark. Yeah, same here. Same to you. Off your medication makes you dizzy, Jen, so you cannot take it and stop falling when you would go on a Oh, I see. So it's either falling down, murder spree. You got a lot of bad choices. You got a lot of bad options. I get it. You're in a tough spot. So anyway, yeah, I was a little tired. I wasn't going to give up, but today was one of those days where, and I've been having these a lot lately, where it's about 11:30 a.m. still, just a little before noon, and I'm ready for a nap. But I didn't take a nap, so that's a little bit of a. I need to work some naps. Maybe that's going to be my New Year's resolution. More naps. Oh boy. And I was reading something. Speaking of Motivational Monday, I was reading something today on the internet phone about hey, maybe not resolutions this year. Maybe this is a year we need to cut ourselves some slack. So I like that. Dave reaching out to Jen, please don't murder anyone. I agree. Let's all not murder anyone for this whole year. Just this group. I'm not saying everybody. It would be nice if we could get everybody on board, but just this group. Let's just keep it under people who we've got control of. Let's not murder anyone this year. How about that? Don't give up. Don't take anyone else out of the game. All right. So today I was gonna talk about personal integrity, but I realized I had talked about that before. So I Google personal integrity because part of what I do to prepare for the show is what you might do if you were curious about something and didn't want to just sit here and talk to each other in the chat or harangue me or listen to me. I do that. I take care of that for you. So I Googled personal integrity. I was very surprised to find that more than 50% of the video responses to that Google search were L. Ron Hubbard. And that me, obviously Google is tracking me and all the things that I look at, and which are Vans and jiu-jitsu videos. but they think that L. Ron Hubbard could be helpful to me. And I was like, I don't really. And then when I clicked on one, just because it was a minute 45, 50 seconds video, I thought, well, I'll watch this. I don't think I can accidentally become a Scientologist because I watch a 2-minute video. So, Jen, your New Year's resolution was not to murder anyone. Well, good. So far, so. They may be shooting a sequel to Birds in My Backyard. It's funny, these crows, they show up and they go nuts in the trees over our house, and then they won't be here for days or weeks, and then all at once they're back again. I don't know what the hell it is with them. But anyway, I thought, well, I'll watch one of these personal integrity L. Ron Hubbard videos, and it turned out it was just a link that takes you to the Scientology website. You don't even get to watch the video. So very disappointed. A little bit of a bait and switch there, L. Ron, if there is even really an L. Ron. I'm assuming he's alive. He's got Elvis and James Dean on a boat somewhere. They're all very old now. So then I switched over to a subject that I knew there would be something about, which is character versus reputation. Your character versus your reputation, and that gesture, character, you touch your heart. Reputation, you make an outward gesture with your hand, because your reputation. Don't murder someone. There will be time to murder someone later. Gary, thank you, and well said. Don't give up, and don't murder someone. Don't murder yourself, and don't murder anyone else. There'll be plenty of time to do that later. Think about it. Rich, you said your New Year's resolution was not to be so gangster. You made it 5 days, and then you went gangster? Well, that can happen. I don't know where Shelley Miscavige is, Flavia, but I did read that Going Clear book. It's been a while. All right, so your reputation is what you are perceived to be by others. And I think right now people are really out there worrying about their reputation, worrying about what other people perceive them as. I mean, Instagram, and in particular, is, at least when I'm not watching jiu-jitsu videos, it's a lot of people showing off, trying to act like they've got this fantastic life, and I suppose that happens on Twitter and Facebook too. But your reputation is how you're perceived by others, and that's not quite as important as your character, which is what you actually are. Your character, your personal integrity, your character, what you stand for, your values. That's what really is important. And you know, they always kind of say that even if no one else knows what you're doing, God knows what you're doing. Well, I'm not sure if there is a God, but I can tell you, you know what you're doing. And when you're out of harmony with your own values, that's bad. These are some real gems for a Monday. Let me tell you. Like I said, I've wanted to go back to bed for what's now 3.5 hours. So. And this particular, when you Google character versus reputation, John Wooden, a former coach of the UCLA Bruins basketball team, comes up, because I guess this was a favorite topic of his, and we should all be worrying less about our reputation and more concerned with our character, which your reputation is out of your control, and your character is completely within your control. You have complete control over your actions and how you make your choices. And here it said, and this I thought was particularly applicable to our current situation, which is 2021, no murders, don't give up, cut yourself some slack, and just let's get through this. Adversity forms character. So when you're faced with challenges, Ouija says murder in progress. Ouija, come on, man. First of all, don't murder anyone for all 2021. Second of all, to murder people and then comment on it during the live show, that is unacceptable, my friend. And when I say my friend, that's in jeopardy if you start murdering people. Fun fact, Jen, there's a good documentary on Spectrum on Demand on John Belushi. Well, that's interesting. I was a big fan of John Belushi. I suppose I am still a big fan. I'd like to watch Animal House again, because I wonder if I would enjoy it as much, or if it would just seem like stupid teenage nonsense. And I'm sure there's some horrific sexist, racist bullshit in it as well. So adversity forms character, and we're in a situation of adversity here with this pandemic and our lockdowns, which we're either having or we're not having. A friend came over to have tea with Lady Jerry. That's where she is. She's on the deck having tea with her friend, because she's made a personal character choice for herself that that's what she needs to do today. And the three of us were talking, and her friend was saying, she was on the phone with some relatives in Georgia and saying, look, they're doing whatever they want in Georgia, and their numbers are bad, but our numbers are bad, and we're locked down, quarantine, crazy. So what's up with that? And I'd like to know what's up with that too, because if we're going to have the same numbers, why don't we open up the jiu-jitsu gym? All right. So adversity forms character. We're all going through adversity, and our characters are all being tested on a day-to-day as to and pertaining to whether or not we're murdering people because times are tough. Success is peace of mind, knowing that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. And that was an interesting definition by Coach Wooden, because you think I'm going to throw Mr. Predicto at the murder of crows? I think I'll do that in just a minute. I like that definition of success, because I've been asking myself the definition of success. I've definitely had success in my career, but not necessarily the success that I'd hoped for or anticipated when I was younger. And I like this definition of success. Success is peace of mind, knowing that you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable. And when I look back on my life, I think I did my best. I don't think I knowingly slacked off. I did make some choices that I thought were good choices that in retrospect I might have made differently, but I made those choices for good reasons. And so, therefore, I'm declaring it. I'm calling it today, January 18th, 2021. I am a success. And I wish you that same conclusion before the end of the day. That you look back on your life so far and you ask yourself if you made the effort to do the best of which you were capable. Most of the time. And if your answer to that is yes, then you also should declare yourself a success. And if the answer is no, then you could make a promise to yourself that from here on out, you're going to make an effort to do the best of which you're capable. And you can commit to that. And then you can declare yourself a success from now on. So there you go. Motivational Monday. We all have a path to success, and the good news is part of us, most of us probably, can say that the work is finished and we are a success. And how does that make you feel when you go to bed on a Monday night? And the rest of us can say, I'm going to wake up a success tomorrow, and I'm going to be a success for the rest of my life. Now, I hadn't had this all worked out ahead of time, but I'm pretty satisfied with how I talked myself out of that corner, in spite of all the crows. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to say that not only am I declaring myself a success, and I'm anticipating that most of you are a success as well, I'm going to say this episode of this show, success. So there you have it. Happy Monday, everybody. Jen, make your success start now. Yes, well said. All right. Even now, people travel to California from all over. Oh, that could be. Oh, people are talking about population density as far as the other thing. Yes, that was the answer that we kind of concluded as well. But bet you could successfully disperse them crows with a wrist rocket and some wine corks, and you get to drink the wine. Well, Scott, possibly. But I don't know how my neighbors are going to feel about a yard full of wine corks. But that's it. Hey, well, good idea, Jen. Let's ask Mr. Predicto. Mr. Predicto, am I a success? Oh, this could go really wrong.
Ask later when the time is right.
Mr. Predicto, ask later when the time is right. Nice one. Thank you, Mr. Predicto. Well, comedically obfuscated there. I'm going to ask him right before bed tonight. How about that? Jimmy is saying that speech was very MLK-like. Well, I've done my best. Dave is seconding my assessment of today's show that it is a success. Shit's working, so good. Keys is saying, oh no. Yeah, I get it. Milton Berle was our last Seize the Day from our last season. It's not time for Seize the Day. I'm just shuffling through the things here on the table to see what I have. Oh, the fart machine is in effect. And the fun meter is maxed out. And that's me needing a nap. The fun meter is maxed out. I suppose every once in a while, for credibility's sake, it should be not maxed out, but that's just the way it goes. You know, you can't fight science. All right, let's take a little temperature reading. 98 on the nose, 98.0. So that's great. Dave is saying the time is now, Mr. Predicto. Twit. Yeah, Mr. Predicto is a little bit unpredictable. Yeah, 98.0. That's my temperature. Feeling good about it. Today's sea dip was lovely because the air was warm. There's not so many people down at the water today as there was on Saturday and Sunday. It was packed at the beach. And if you want to know how our numbers are up so high, as I did suggest that you might be asking yourself, I would say there were people down there playing volleyball, you know, and sitting on blankets together. And I don't think that they're all roommates. But then again, who knows? You know how people start to look like their pets, Flavia is saying. Mr. Predicto is starting to act like me. Oh, boy. Well, that could happen. Maybe I'm going to send Mr. Predicto out on the road to do my shows. If I hypothetically, in a world, I go out and do shows again and get out of this room, which I'm both anxious to do and apprehensive about doing. So I've been really thinking about sitting down and writing up my set list of material. So that's on the way. Jen said, I thought you said my C. diff was fun, not C. dip. Yeah, no, I don't have C. diff. My gut biome is right on track, as far as I know. I haven't done the Speedo yet, Jimmy. I've threatened it, and I did. Lady Jerry went down to the beach with me on Saturday, and I thought if I could have put the Speedo on under my sweatpants so that when we, you know, peeled off to go in the water, I was wearing the Speedo, that would have been a good for a laugh with the Lady Jerry, which is, you know, that's all we can hope for a lot of times with the ladies is a laugh. But I didn't get the Speedo on, and then she was in the room, and I couldn't. Anyway, so I haven't Speedoed yet. Too long. So close to the time Mr. Predicto gets thrown against the wall. Yes, I feel like that could happen, but I'm able to show enough self-restraint to not destroy Mr. Predicto. Jen, thank you for those words of encouragement. I'm going to do shows soon, and I'm going to be awesome. Well, please, I would say thank you. I hope that's true. I got to get the sign off from Lady Jerry. I got to get the sign off from governors around the United States. The comedy clubs have to still remain in business, and I have to be in favor with the people running those comedy clubs. So those are some ifs, and regardless of all of those ifs, which those are outside of my control, what's inside of my control is I need to get my act worked up and ready to go, and I need to realize that we've all still got each other no matter what. Got a new organ out of the deal, though. Oh, Dave, what? You had C. diff a couple of years ago. It was not fun. Almost died. Good times. What organ do you get out of C. diff? Get a new, is it a liver? Would that be it? Or a kidney? Keys going for a run. Have a great evening. Yes, Keys, you too, my friend. Thank you, Jimmy. That's a nice compliment to say that I'm awesome live. And I will be a success when I get back out of here, when I get to start doing all the things that I love doing, when we can all start doing all the things that we love doing ASAP. Now, tomorrow, let's check the letters from Grandma. I've still got not a lot, but a few left. This one is a big one. How about this one? This is from 1988. Oh, I think this is just going to be Charlotte only tomorrow. So we've got that from 1988, a letter from Grandma. And then we've got our Bible story for tomorrow, which we can talk about that. Liver, Dave, thank you. Tomorrow's Bible story is Jacob and Rachel. And we've got the letter from Grandma tomorrow on Tuesday. We've got inauguration. We've got our inauguration spectacular, hump day inauguration spectacular. And I'm going to think of this as the biggest hump of them all. We're coming over the inauguration day hump in terms of our new president, and I'm excited about that. I'm hoping that Lady Jerry will be here for hump day. I'm hoping that she'll come in tomorrow for a couple of minutes, but she's been a little bit on her own schedule, and I think to be honest that she's just kind of found other things to keep herself busy because she's going through her own little challenge of a time, as we all are right now. And if she can what you want to do nowadays is to get a win on the books. So we had some friends who were going to come over, and I needed to go on a bike ride with some other friends, and I said, look, I'm cancel the people coming over because I want to go for a bike ride. And they were coming over to sit on the deck. Anyway, I feel like you got to go for your own personal win when you can go for your own personal win. Is my location secured against attack on Inauguration Day? Well, it's as secured as it always is, which is to say, I don't even know where my stick is. I do have this cane. Why I have this thing in here? This is my security. You can hit someone with it, or you can poke them away from you with it. But yeah, my location is secure. It's at least secret to everyone except for Jen. Jimmy, yeah, Lady Jerry is becoming hard to get. More naked mole rats? I don't think so, Brad. I think this week's animal, I haven't picked it out for sure. We'll have to get into that tomorrow. Where's my pieces of paper here? I think that this week's animal is going to be the Fisher cat, but we'll see. Hey, Mike, good to see you. I see you there in the chat. Good to see you. I was thinking about you as a visitor early on in the pandemic for the show. I've been doing this the whole effing time, and I definitely were just talking about getting out on the road. I'm hoping I can come out to the Boston area, and there'll be something for me to do there one of these days. Oh, Jen, you're worried about what Trump's going to say tomorrow. I think I'm going to not worry about that. Can we do a live Mystery Science Theater treatment of 45's next exit? I don't think we're going to be watching that and talking about it, just because that's a bit off-brand for me. But I would do a Mystery Science theater of some other thing. And Mystery Science. Last week for Thursday's episode, we did a Mystery Science theater of me zooming Nigel, and it was a bit of a crap show. If you thought 2020 was a dumpster fire, you should have seen the first episode of me and Nigel zooming on the show. Rachel, yes, it does look like a powerful scepter, but it's a weird kind of cane. Yes, Fisher Cat Day, thumbs up, good. You hear Lady Jerry's doing Rogan's podcast on Friday? Yeah, probably. I wonder why she had that plane ticket to Austin. I don't know if Joe flies you in first class for that. Love to find that out. Let's have a question out of the question box before we hit the Seize the Day. What would you love to find at a yard sale? What would you love to find at a yard sale? I'd love to find a lightly used cargo van at a yard sale that I could then convert into a camper. So there, now you got that. Are the moving vans in the White House driveway yet? I think so. I saw some. I saw some things packed up in boxes the other day. Jen, you're right. Mystery Science Theater is the best. Joel Hodgson. That's another person who I was friends with for a period there in my life. All right, so keep picturing the end of Fargo, the movie with William H. Macy in the hotel room. Christopher, I don't remember that. We just finished season 4 of Fargo, and I thought it was okay. If I've got to rank the seasons, I'd say season 1 is the best. Season 2 is a very close second. Season 4 is third, and season 3 was not so good. So the Crows agreed with the camper. Yeah, either 45 Indian motorcycle or a tweed Fender amp. Wow, Scott, you got some good yard sale things that you want. I know Michelangelo and a Tiffany lamp. Jen, nice. That's also a good wish list. All right, it's time for Seize the Day today. I still haven't figured out where this the Seize the Day light should live, but I'm holding it up because I enjoy this as part of the things that I can do, which is hold that up. I can ask questions of Mr. Predicto. No murdering. 2021. Let's get that straight in our heads. Here we go. Today's Seize the Day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, everyone. Scott, yeah, it does look like a shillelagh, except it's made out of plastic, this cane, which I didn't completely realize when I bought it, but it's a good, I mean, it's a real cane for a heavier man, because I think this would hold up. You could be 400 pounds and this would hold you up, but it's quite a dealio. Anyway, today's Seize the Day is by Carl Ryland, and it's a good one for today. Well, a lot of these are great. Thank you again, Rachel, for the Seize the Day. In about the same degree as you are helpful, you will be happy. Carl Ryland. So there you go. Please keep an eye out for your character. And if you're making choices that are helpful to others, you will be happy. In about the same degree as you are helpful, you will be happy. And so that means no murdering, everybody, because murder is not helpful as a general rule. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. Thanks, everybody, for Monday. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you here.